My beautiful souls, welcome back, or welcome to The Hawk and I. My name is Lana Zelinsky, and I work in the spirit dimensions. As always, in all my videos or live feeds, simply take what resonates, and you're welcome to leave the rest right here. Happy Monday, man! I've missed you guys. It's been a little bit since we've gathered here for some chit chat. Hi there, Aaron. It's good to see you. I do have a pretty cool energy update that I started channeling yesterday out in the forest. And then this morning, when I tapped back into spirit, it was just absolutely incredible. So I'm excited to share it with you this morning. Hi there, friend. It's good to see you. Hiya, hiya. I hope you all had a great weekend. And our week is going to be coming into a little bit lighter energy. Tabitha, good morning. How was the concert? The concert was absolutely phenomenal. The energy there. I'm not the biggest Taylor Swift fan. I like her energy though, and the energy of that concert was absolutely profound. The people that were there, it was just so much fun. It was just such a loving vibe to be in a spot with 50,000 other people that are really excited. The energy was just off the charts that way. I don't have one thing that I can say about that experience that was heavy or difficult to navigate. Even the crowds of people were talking to each other. People were very gentle with each other. It was absolutely amazing, and to watch the younger generation just frolic in the Taylor Swift energy was a lot of fun. So I want to talk about the energy this week because I've got quite a bit to say, and I do have sessions this morning, so I've got to kind of try and get in there as well as answer some of your questions here. So over the past couple weeks, I just want to go back a couple weeks. We've had a lot of scattered and not so centered energy that we've been all been dealing with, and there's many different layers to that. It's just been heavy over the last couple weeks, and it's been sluggish, and that is slowly coming to an end. One thing that I really want to talk about this morning is the importance of letting all of that go, whether it be smudging your or cleansing your space, cleansing yourself, doing a release in ritual, being able to let go a lot of that stuff that we kind of navigated through, that chaos that we navigated through in the last couple weeks. We do hold on to energy, and it's time to kind of like reground, recenter, let go what's out of our control, because we are coming into some uplifting energy, and we do have a lot of cosmic events that are kind of leaning in. We are moving into an Aquarius, so that is kind of shifting from that scattered and moving into more of a calmer, more of a community, more of what really matters. What really matters is going to be coming up a lot this week, and challenging our old belief systems, challenging kind of what we're feeling, challenging with that. You know what? I think I'm good, and I need to kind of focus on something else. That is moving in this week, and it's going to be tapping on our shoulders very gently, and then it's going to kind of like giving us that big push, setting targets. And spirit literally showed me like a bullseye target. So, and in the center of the target was was what really matters, what is so important to you that you need to kind of put your focus in there, and to kind of like literally take aim, take a shot at that, take a shot at what really matters, whether it be your own goals, whether it be your own shifting into something new. And this whole inner flame, I felt it like right in my chest. I felt this inner flame ignite, and I felt it kind of like go into like this little candle flame, and then it kind of like filled my chest area with this incredible fire within, and this whole energy of, what, it's really time to go for it. It's really time to stand in that truth. It's really time to create the environment, both internal and external, to create an environment with what allows you to thrive. So what allows you to thrive energetically? What gives you that? It's peace, it's calm, it's love, and letting go of the whole blocks of shame. It's coming into a very gentle space. So many of you may be feeling it's easy. It feels a little bit lighter today, or it's easier to say, you know what, I'm going to put down that shame. There's an ease that's flowing in this week, and there's an ease of letting go, and there's an ease that's to tap into, and that inner flame. You're going to feel that passion. There's a passion coming in, and I was like, ooh, this feels quite spicy. It feels like there's a spice back. And it had that momentum of it's about time. And if we've when we reflect back, when we learn when we reflect back on the lessons that we have been learning, acknowledging them with just, what I was learning patience. I was learning what I needed to let go of. I was learning that how to process. There's this whole I was learning energy that really came and landed on my lap quite heavily with we were all just learning. We were all just learning how to be patient, how to build communities, how to tap into our higher selves. It's all about that learning, and we're coming into a big shift, and I feel it's going to last for the remainder of 2024 and well into 2025. There's just this big pull that's pulling us in. Patience is something that I think we've all been navigating through. Not understanding the physical world is something that we've been all been navigating through. This, some of this emptiness that we've been feeling from the physical world space is going to be easing. It's going to be softening, but we have to jump on that. We have to ride that magic carpet now. We can choose to stay in what doesn't serve us. We can choose to stay in what does serve us. So, if you can give yourself some time to do, something that's cleansing, it can literally be washing your face. I'm going to wash off what doesn't serve me, and being able to kind of come into that space with love and only support for yourself, and letting go of those blocks of shame. And those blocks of shame can be, not just from within you, but it can be on how you're viewing the world, right? Sometimes we're ashamed of where we are in the physical world, about the behavior of others or what's happening. It's time to put all that down. We are moving into some beautiful energy. I'm very excited. And when I looked back at the last couple lives, I just kind of sat and felt, yeah, I've been saying it's going to lighten up. I'm not worried. It's going to lighten up. We're going to be okay. We're going to navigate through this. I don't know how, but we are. I kind of got a deeper understanding with that, with the shift that's coming in. The power is with the people. The power is within you. There's a huge push, and I will stand in it. Is the energy that I felt very. I'm going to stand in that. This is where I'm standing, and there's going to be more of a collective energy, and I've been saying that for a while. I've been feeling that coming in for a while. There's more of a collectiveness coming in. There's more of a pull. There's more of a humanitarian thing. And when you look at Aquarius, because Spirit did show me the stars, Spirit was like, tap into your astrology knowledge. When I tapped into the astrology knowledge, when we come into Aquarius energy is very much community. It's very much humanitarian. It's very much standing in that power, standing in that truth, standing in that space, and being able to allow ourselves to create new from that. We are coming into creating new. I'm extremely excited. And then when I looked back over my own last couple of weeks, I'm like, I've been really creating. I've got some things that I'm going to be launching. I've been really feeling that pull to step into something new, teach something new, and the universe is going to be giving us that great big push. That great big push. I I know the physical world is chaotic. I do feel it settling down, and I feel like we're coming into such a better space, and a space that we've been craving. And I really, Spirit literally whispered to me, Lana, you're coming into to an energy of what you've always wanted, a collective energy that we've always wanted. And I love that so much. And I think changing our lenses is a big part of it. How we look at things is a big part of it. So sometimes we do have to say, you know what, not going to focus here. I'm going to focus here. And think about that. If a million people did that, how that would change, right? And it all comes down to how we're viewing it. How we view it is huge. It's huge. And you can look at many different things. And I try not to follow too much on social media, but with this concert that I went to, there were so many people that were in that delicious vibration, and there were other people that were not. And it's okay, right? It's okay. But where do you choose to focus? Where do you choose your focus? And just kind of let that yourself marinate in that. Let yourself feel that. Let yourself experiment. I always say to people, experiment with energy. Give it a try. How do you feel when you just kind of really commit to something, one thing for a week? When you lean into that, it just kind of has this space where you can let go and grow. ooh, let go and grow, right? That's where we're coming into. That's where I'm going to be going to park my butt. I'm going to be parking myself in that, and I'm going to frolic in that energy, and I'm going to frolic in it all because that's where I want to be. And it's almost like, and spirit was like, who's coming with me? Right? It was who's coming with me. It was that kind of feel, and it just felt so fun and so exciting, So lean into there. Take some time this week, cleanse your space, cleanse yourself, let go of whatever you need to let go, put down all of those, what you perceive as blocks. That's kind of, and the other thing is too is and I just want to touch base on this before I go grab some questions. And I promise I'll grab some questions. I know the live's going to be a little bit short today because I do have to work. But when you kind of look at the blocks, sometimes we're held back from things for a very big reason. It just wasn't time to tap into that. It just wasn't, we're coming into that birth space. We're coming into that new space. We're coming into that I'm going to allow space. I'm going to finally allow myself to heal. And I'm finally going to allow myself to grow. I'm finally going to allow myself to come inwards. And it's just going to hold us, you guys, in a beautiful, beautiful space. So who's coming with me? And shout that. I like that one. Maybe I'll put that on my merch shirt. Who's coming with me? And I think when we lean in there and when we share that collectively and we kind of like all step up to be teachers, because each and every one of you are teachers to other people. When we step up in that, who's coming with me? The collective energy will have a space to grow. I do hope that energy update resonates with you guys. I love you so much, and thanks for coming on this morning. I'm going to scroll back up to the top. And grab some questions here this morning before I have to go. Kayla, I have chills. I've always wanted collectiveness. I've changed my lenses. There is so much collectiveness, Kayla. When you think about it, the live here on in the morning, we usually average, about 25 to 30 people. That's collective energy. That is an incredible space to sit in. And who's coming with us, right? Oh, that tea. Oh, I love it so much. I always have my first sip of tea with you guys in the morning. All right, back up to the top here. Lucia. Hey, Lana, it's lovely to see you. Lately, I have been detaching from people and things. I feel so much lighter. Lucy, I just talked about that. We're coming into that our own personal power, and it's going to be expansive and it's going to be collective. Any advice on that? So when we detach from people, and when you kind of take a reflection back, Spirit always shows us, right? And it's, Spirit says, whenever I say, how come I didn't see that coming? Spirit's like, we showed you here, we showed you here, we showed you here. And, it's like, okay, I wasn't ready to see it, but now you're ready to see it. And sometimes people are holding us back, and sometimes we're holding people back. We can be holding them back from going on their own journey. So I always kind of look at it this way, Lucy, as I'm letting people go on their own journey, and I need to go this way, and they need to go that way. And I always send people off only with love and light. I wish them so much love and light on their journey, but it is a very lighter feeling. And sometimes we can get pulled back in with guilt, and sometimes we can be pulled back into what doesn't serve us. So always give yourself some time to be very grounded in that. It's really I really feel that it's time to kind of move forward. Soul contracts are not always forever. So a soul contract can be like a day long or an hour long, and soul contracts can be many years long, and soul contracts can be a lifetime. But when we feel that it's time, that is our higher self or our inner being that is aware that we've come as far as we were meant to come and journey together. And I literally, Lucia, just simply say in your heart or out loud, I wish you well on your journey. That is one of the easiest places to kind of navigate through. Look at you guys, missed you all, says that's what she said. Kayla, does my spirit guides have any messages for me regarding my immigration paperwork? I'm working on it today and submitting it soon. Kayla, I feel, and I know you know this, anything to do with paperwork and government requires a higher level of patience, right? And I feel like I just have to say lean in on that. But while you're filling out the paperwork, Kayla, ooh, this is kind of fun. While you're filling out the paperwork, visualize it as you're filling it out, going very quickly. It's fast tracking. Give it to Spirit. When you're submitting your paperwork, ask Spirit to take it for you. Ask Spirit to help navigate it. Lean in more on Spirit and just trust the process. Surrender it completely. Fill it out, surrender it, and however you submit it, whether it be I'm not sure if it's online, Kayla, or not, but however you're submitting it, literally give it to your guides to finish up. And just simply sit back and trust it. I hope that feels good there to you, Kayla. And you know what, Kayla, I don't feel I don't feel any static around it. Do I feel some normal stuff with paperwork? Yeah, I feel a little bit of stuff with paperwork. Kayla, I would also hold off. I'm not sure when you're going to submit it, but I feel like I've just got to kind of like this much of a wait, like in just a couple days before you think you're going to, just kind of pause for a moment, and before you hand that over to Spirit. They just told me to take your time with the paperwork, don't rush through it. And I think there's like a 3-day that they're just kind of saying, hold it for 3 days, review it for 3 days, sit with it for 3 days, look at it and say, you know what, my paperwork it's already been approved. Just kind of do that with it. There's something with the 3 days there, Miss Kayla. Shy, right now it feels like a storm just ended and I'm seeing the chaos it left behind. Clearly now. But it also comes with this kind of feeling and actual storms for me. Shy, as we navigate through our own stuff and as we view the world stuff, after a storm, we are picking up the pieces of chaos, right? And some of those pieces of chaos, Shy, I feel like I need to say, don't have to be picked up. So I just kind of have to kind of add to that. We don't have to pick up things when things kind of fall apart around us. We don't have to run back and try and put pieces back together. We can just send love and light to that space, send love and light to that chaos, and give ourselves permission to go forward. Sometimes, excuse me, sometimes we pick up things that we don't need to, right? Sometimes we try to fix things that we can't fix. And just have to say, you know what? I'm going to send love to that and move forward. That's what she said. Smash the like button, guys. Thank you very much, darling. Ina, I'm feeling kind of sick since yesterday. Stomach hurts, back hurts. Some TLC. Take the TLC, take the time to rest, take the time to tap in what you're holding on to. I also feel that this is very much just physical stuff. I feel like in a physical, sometimes it's just physical. It can be a bug or it can just be an ache or pain. I don't feel like you're holding on to anything there, that's connecting to the cause or connecting to your spirituality. Sometimes it's just physical world stuff. That's what she said, Lana. A YouTuber or at least one pretending to be him contacted me telling me I won a huge prize. Was I right to reject it? Absolutely. Absolutely. This has the vibration of distrust all over it. And I feel like you tapped into good feels good, or good feels good, bad feels bad. So, it can be that simple. How does this feel? Good feels good, bad feels bad. Yeah. I feel you did the right thing. I think that this had a potential to take you down, something that you really didn't want to have a slippery slide on. Rachel, oh hi everyone. It was a rough week last week. It was a rough week energetically last week. Definitely relying on my guides for support and nudges in the right direction. Rachel, give yourself a good cleanse. Give yourself, and I always reflect back. What am I learning right now? I always want to see what I need to learn because I don't want to have it come back up. And I get it. Sometimes we miss it and we have to anyway, but I try to kind of navigate it through what are they trying to show me? Because we always ask, and every single one of you will probably know it, when you ask spirit or your spirit guides or your deceased loved ones or the universe, whatever language you want to use there, when you ask, we ask for our highest good. So when we ask for something for our highest good, we're often shown what needs to go, and we're like, and it takes us back, right? Energetically, it takes us back. Well, I didn't see this coming, and what did I do wrong? No, 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 no. And I put all that down. And spirit has done that all the time with me. Put that down. We're trying to show you what you asked for. What's for your highest good? It might not be that person. It might not be that job. It might not be that space. When we ask for our highest good, lean in there. And I always ask, what are you trying to show me? I'm at a point in my journey where I want to know it right away. I'm done with this whole denying or sitting in something too long. I'm done with that. Show me right away so that I can learn right away so that I can go forward. Learning patience is friend. Yes, absolutely. It's a big one. It's a big one for many of us. We want it now. We want it now. We want it now. A friend of mine thinks I'm super patient. I tend to disagree with her. Fran, you're probably super patient when it comes to certain things. And Fran, I know you fairly well. And I think that I want to add to that because I love you so much. I want to add to that, Fran, that you're very patient when it comes to other people. You are amazing at holding space for others. You're supportive, you're kind, you're gentle. You also have a very much, boom, boom, boom. This is how I feel. Give all of that. You give some of that to yourself, but give all of that to yourself. Hmm. Yeah. Remember, I love you, friend. Kayla, the energy update is so powerful. This is exactly what I've channeled lately, too. Good for you for channeling. While Pluto in Aquarius is going to change the world. Kayla, it is a glorious time to be alive. And we're probably looking. So, um, with Pluto being in Aquarius, it's a little over 2 decades. So we are in a 2 decade of growth, humanitarian, a loving energy. We are in 2 decades of that, and we're just at the beginning of this glorious time. So we know with that, it is a glorious time to be alive. It is, and I have always felt that this physical world was going to heal. And here we are coming into Aquarius. And I follow astrology and, somewhat. I lean more into what my spirit tells me, but I do tap in or, and kind of check into what the astrology is telling us as well. Because I do love both. I do love both energies and both perspectives. And 99% of the time, it's very, very similar, or the message is very, very similar from the astrology and spirit, which is kind of fascinating when you think about it. Okay, Kayla, I have chills. Okay, I read that one. Wesley, any messages for me today? Um, Wes, I feel, and I know I've said this before to you in a live or two back. I feel like I have to say, keep growing, keep navigating through this independence. Independence is something that you're sitting in right now. Being more independent, learning how that feels, growing that independence. I feel like I have to say, continue with that independence, one step at a time, one day at a time. I feel like that whole independence is going to be a theme for you for quite a while. So I feel like leaning in there and embracing it even more, going deeper in that, deeper in the independence, independent thinking, independent forwardness, just independent. You're not alone, and it's not about being alone. It's about unlearning what you were programmed that you couldn't do. So I feel like you've been unraveling that programming of what you were told you couldn't do, and now it's about independently figuring it out. And you're doing a really good job at that, Mister. Spring, good morning, fam. I'm actually awake during a live. It's good to have you awake. We wouldn't want you sleeping through a live there, Miss Spring. Shelby, my name is Jenna. I'm using my sister's account with her. Thank you so much. All bless. And thank you, Shelby. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for bringing your energy. And I want to thank each and every one of you for bringing your energy to these lives. Every one of you holds space. Every one of you is very loving. Every single one of you means something here on the channel. Shelby, sorry, I missed one of your questions here, darling. My husband and I got in an accident last night, and the kids who hit us died. Did they make it to the other side? Absolutely, they made. So Shelby, I need to kind of like I had to shift gears there because I wasn't in that space. Absolutely, they made it to the other side. I do feel, and in spirit does when we leave here so suddenly. There quite often is that space of shock. There is that what happened here with energetically with the soul. I do feel he's on the other side. I also feel like there's that space is that soul is still processing that. I also feel that, and I know this is quite tragic, but I also feel like there was a hold of energy because it had potential to be even more tragic, if that makes sense. There, Shelby or Jenna. I feel like that. I feel like it was. I feel like everybody was held. Like I feel like there was a big holding there, and sending so much love and light. I mean, it's always so devastating when tragedy hits. Easy Puff, my mom's supposed to be meeting this Wednesday with my brother's ex and mediator about being able to see my niece. Do you think this is going well with her obsession of controlling us and the situation? So I feel like there's been some tiny baby steps, almost snail pace forward with her with the ex here. But I also I can feel the resistance. But I also feel that there's like with this mediation, I feel like I don't want to say her choice is going to be taken away from her, but I feel like the mediation is really going to help soften that, and it's going to pave the path. People have choice and free will, and it's a really hard one to predict because at any time, any one of us, I'm big on the statement, any one of us can make different choices, to think differently, feel differently, behave differently. We always have that choice, and every single person is capable of it. Whether or not they grab it, that's the choice and free will part. So I do feel, so when you ask me to feel into the obsession of controlling us in the situation. I feel like it's softening a little bit. There's a long way to go, but I feel that the outcome of this is going to be um, a little bit more gentle. And I don't, and she may not be happy with it. I'm not saying she's going to be happy with it, but what I'm saying is there something with this mediation that's going to kind of peek open her eyes just a smidgen. I don't feel she's going to completely surrender control. I think that is something that she's still learning here, and I don't think it just revolves around this situation. I think it goes very deep in that, and I actually feel some compassion with she's really learning some hard lessons on control. Yeah, I would try Easy Puff, and I'm sure that you do anyway, but I would try turning up the volume on sending love and healing to that person. It is really hard to do that, isn't it? When we are, so frustrated or upset or coping with all of this and it's very draining. I would just simply, whatever healing that this person needs, just add a little bit more. It has a powerful effect. We always want people to heal their stuff, even when it's heavy, even when it's terrible, even when it affects us. When we lean into that, it also shifts our own vibration. It shifts us more into trust. It kind of has that gentle feeling. I always kind of lean in there even when it's hard, when people have done me wrong. I work really hard to say, I hope you heal. I hope you heal that. Right? All right. Okay. Sorry, you guys. I may have missed a couple questions. My mouse got away from me, and I have to watch the time. I got about 5 more minutes. Bubbles, I'm so glad that how I know we're aligned on the right path. I love that. I love the support, you guys. I'm just going to kind of. All right. I read that one. Will do. I'll wait for 3 days. Thank you, Land and Spirit. Yeah, and sit with that too, Kayla. Make sure that resonates with you. I always say to people, take what I say and sit with it. And if you feel, yeah, you know what, I resonate there, then great. And I'm very much okay with if I say something that doesn't resonate with you, I am perfectly okay with that, right? Take what resonates and leave the rest. I am so okay with that. I would never ever say to somebody, you have to, or I'm upset that you didn't listen. What I always say, take what resonates and sit with it yourself. You have your own powerful connection to source energy, so you can kind of tap into that. How does that feel for me? Fran College open house on the weekend. Head to her program was so wonderful, so collaborative. There's the word collaborative again. Students work closely together as being mortician is stressful. I love that, Fran. I love that they work together. That's that collaborative energy. Such good energy. I think it's perfect for her, and I agree. And I think she knows it too. I feel I've been fighting a cough for like a week. Yeah, there's a lot of that going around. My boyfriend's dog Luke has settled in living with us, like you said, Lana. I hope he's happy here. Does he have any messages for us that we need to know? Um, I really feel like thank you for your patience. So I don't know if this dog pushed the patient level a little bit, but I feel like it's thank you for the patience. I also feel like he's turning over a new chapter too, and I feel like I'm learning too, and I feel like I'm grateful too, and I'm learning too, and I feel like that's all been acknowledged. But when I tap back into that dog, Kayla, it's like I'm learning too. I'm learning change. And I feel like what a good job you're all doing. This has been change for everyone, and I feel like it's like new chapter for everyone, including the dog. She's literally forced my niece to jump out of a car, and my niece got hurt. She definitely could have been unalive, so it's very hard for me to feel any fluffy feeling towards her. And I get that, Easy Puff. And it's not about feeling the fluffy feeling. Like it's about sending the love for someone else to heal. And I know it's a big one, it is a huge one. And I have had moments where I've struggled with that as well. But it's also part of your growth and a disconnection from the toxic energy. We stay connected to other people's toxic stuff by hanging on to it. By hanging on, wishing someone love and light and healing on their journey does not mean that everything's okay between us. It means that I am disconnecting from that toxic energy because I don't want to give it strength. Because we can give energy strength by our own and our own feeling and our own energy. You know what I mean by that? So just kind of, I don't understand it. I don't have to attach to it. I want to disconnect it. The easiest way to disconnect from toxic energy is the light. It's always the answer. It's always, that doesn't mean that you have to have any warm, fuzzy feelings towards that person. But in order to disconnect, fully disconnect, it's always the light. It always comes down to that. Always. in and because we keep ourselves connected to people, and we keep with matching their vibration, we keep ourselves connected to it. So and it also helps us cope with the frustration of what they're putting us through. I'm going to stand in the light. That's the only place I'm willing to stand. I'm not going to stand in the toxic. I'm not going to stand in the anger. I'm not going to. That fuels things, right? It fuels it. And if you believe in the law of attraction, and if you believe in energy, just kind of think about it for a moment. What we put out vibrationally to match keeps us connected to that. Deal with it in the light. Deal with it with, I wish you healing, and we're going forward in this. Deal with, just give it a try. I know it's hard. I get it. It's hard to look at it that way. But or I'm going to stand in the light and release the toxic connection between the two of us. I'm telling you, it works every time, you guys. And it won't leave such a deep scar at the end of the journey with this person. Oh, that's exactly what I needed to hear from my next level. Thank you. That feels so doable now. Knowing that I don't have to feel so loving as long as I'm sending it. Thank you. So encouraging. Yeah, it breaks that toxic connection. If we connect to toxic energy with hate, with a darkness, it keeps us bound to it. It keeps us connected to it. When we connect with it, I am going to go through this experience wishing you well and healing energy to you. It severs the toxic connection. We don't have that heavy feeling with it, right? And we can heal from it. And you can help your niece heal in that energy. I'm going to say this, and chime in if you agree or disagree. As always, I'm okay with it. We cannot help other people heal from their experience if we are bringing them a toxic energy. We can't. I don't feel that at all. We can heal people or help. Sorry, let me reword that, because people have to heal themselves. We can help people heal when we bring them a healing energy. And it's not necessarily about being fluffy bunny about other people's behavior. It's not about that. That is their behavior. Don't blend with it. It keeps you connected to it. And it also attracts more of it. Think about that. If we're putting out the equal vibration. So let's just say, Kayla, I'm just going to use me and you as purely as a role play, okay? Purely as an example. If Kayla and I start going at each other with toxic energy, back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and whether it be through words, whether it be through energy, we don't sever the connection between the two of us. We can't heal in that. You cannot heal in that. When if I was to meet Kayla, or Kayla was to meet me, you know what, Kayla, I wish you well, and I've got to disconnect. I'm going to stand in the light. Then I can move forward, and so can she. Whatever choices she wants to make, and they're not mine. If I was to help Kayla heal in anything, let's just say, I want to help Kayla heal from something. If I try to help Kayla heal in toxic, if I stand in toxic energy, I'm not helping anyone. I'm making it worse. And we don't want that for other people. You don't want your niece to carry that toxic bond, right? You want her to feel the other side. We want people to know the other side of it. So when we stand in that, this is going in a glorious way on this live. When we stand in the healing, people can move forward, and we can help people move forward easier, right? And we'd stop attracting toxic. Right? Have you ever noticed that things come at you with a similar theme? Have you ever noticed that, okay, I'm having an issue with this person, I'm having an issue with this person, I'm having an issue with this person, and then all of a sudden, that kind of, you step back, and then the repeat, different people, but same kind of connection. I don't want to say you're attracting it, but when we're only putting that out, like attracts like. So when you stand in the light and you stand in only healing, and I just wish you well on your journey, it shifts that a little bit. It shifts that. It's very similar to the law of attraction, right? We can manifest what we don't want, and our manifesting comes energetically. All right, you guys. Yes, that's been a huge part of my problem, trying so hard to figure out how to sever myself from the evil toxicity, feelings, and energy. I've hated it. Thank you so much, Lana. You are very welcome. And Easy Puff, be gentle with yourself. You're doing the best that you can too, and you're learning along the way. And your intentions are really good. Your intentions are all heart centered. I feel your heart. Change now. Add something to this energy. Add the healing. And you know what? Your niece will pick it up. If nobody else picks it up but your niece, it was energy well sent. Cheers. Right? Yeah. Okay. Let's do an angel number. Okay, there we go. 279. Trust that you're on the right path for your divine life purpose. Let's do another one. 253. Your heartfelt prayers are the reason for the changes that you've been making or considering. These changes are truly answers to your prayers, so welcome them. I love that. What do we need to know? All right, you guys, everybody focus. I can't feel the focus, you guys. Focus. All right, there we go. We had a couple of that was going on the squirrel. Okay. Elephant. Make it a point to be of service in some way to the young elderly, or those less fortunate than yourself. I love being of service. Do not let anything stand in your way of attaining this goal that is so integral to your purpose. You have the determination and persistence required to overcome the current challenges that you are faced with. Trust your senses, and if something in your life smells bad, take the necessary action to do away with it. Good feels good, bad feels bad. Remain loyal to those closest to you in spite of anyone questioning their integrity. It's a good time to renew your sense of connectedness to the divine. I love that. Don't let anything. So I just went back to that second line. Don't let anything stand in your way of attaining this goal. I talked about that bullseye, right? I talked about that bullseye this morning with, what do you want and going for it. Profound. Profound. I just want to scroll back up here. Strict 99. Welcome. I don't recognize your handle. So if you're new here, welcome. And if you're not new, welcome back. My father passed in 2015. He was my best friend and my son's hero. I have a newborn now. Is he around any of us? Thanks and stay blessed. Oh, bless your heart. And I just I just felt your dad come right in. So if you're still here, Strict 99, I'm gonna read a little bit for a moment. I gotta watch the time. I'm pushing my own boundaries here. So first thing, dad is always around. So they're always around us. They're always supporting, and they're always here. So a few things that dad has shown me. I just need some evidential mediumship here. Number one and number four. So the month of April, significant anniversary, birthday, or passing, or are you one of four? Dad is also. He just literally is saying he's so proud of you. He got me this when spirit says sit up straight and pushes my posture back. That is a very proud feeling. I feel like there's been a lot, and we all have our story, and I get that, but I feel like there's been a lot that you've overcome. Like I feel like you've climbed a lot of mountains. You had a straight up climb, and I feel like you're sitting at the top of that. And he's saying, be proud of who you are, and be proud of where you're going, and be proud of that. There's also a reference. I don't know if it's John or Jim or James, but there's a J name there. I'm almost positive it's John, or Jordan. There's a J-O name that he's trying to get me there too. There's a significance with the month of July, anniversary, birthday, or passing, and he needs you to know that he heard you. He heard you and he hears you. So either you're thinking about your dad all the time, or you're talking to him because he's hearing you. There's also I'm pretty sure it's a sectional in your house. If it's not a sectional, it's kind of like that shape of furniture. If it doesn't connect, it's a it doesn't connect like as a sectional, it's attached. It's very much that shape of furniture there. And there's a corner that he sat in quite frequently, just kind of hanging out and chilling with you. He also is very much with this whole um process of he keeps wanting to drop your shoulders. So I don't know if you've been holding your shoulders up in stress or if you kind of overthink or worry, but he's trying to drop your shoulders with just it's all good. It's all good, son. It's literally all good. He's also keeps twisting this hat. I'm not sure if it's a ball cap or a toque, but he keeps twisting it sideways. And he's being quite playful and quite funny. He's also been glitching a lot of lighting for you. So if you're just like a little flick, and even on a phone screen or on technology. He's like little flick. He's here. He very, very much here. I hope that that resonated there with you, Strict 99. Your dad is a force, very much a force of energy. I just felt as soon as you mentioned that he passed, he literally came in with with this force of energy. So either he was a big energy here, or but he's definitely a big energy there. Um, is there a connection to anybody I don't know if it's construction building or renovations. So 'cause I suddenly could hear like construction tools or renovation tools. If you can just answer that for me, Strict 99. Why am I hearing tools? Like I just hear tools. Like this is like so I don't know who he's trying to get me to acknowledge there, but there's something with the tools that he's trying to acknowledge. And I keep seeing a lot of stars. So I don't know if there's a lamp with stars or something with stars in a room, but there's something with stars. I'm a superintendent for a framing company. And my son, oh my gosh, I love that. Okay, the framing company, that would be the building part. I love that. I could hear the zinging of tools. So that is like dad coming to work with you, dad hanging out with you. It's all validation that I am channeling your dad for you. Um, I also felt, I don't know if he had a bit like he so shows me his like a big jawline, big smile line. His face lights up. He just lights up. He keeps showing me the 4 and the 7. So there's got to be something significant with April or and July, or the 4th or the 7th of every month. If you can just give me an answer on that, Strict 99, I'd be grateful. I'll give him a moment and then I've got to let you guys go. I've got to work on Zoom today. Let's see what I'm doing here. I'm positive I'm going to do an Ask the Medium on Friday. I just want to double check in case anything changed. I know, let's see. I will see you for an Ask the Medium Friday morning, 8:30 sharp. April was his anniversary. Okay, excellent. And what about July, Strict 99? This or the 7, because he keeps holding it. Dad has a very loving stubbornness to him because he doesn't back off with me. He was a veteran. We celebrated 4th of July every year. Okay, so that would be significant, right? I know 4th of July is very significant, but the fact that he's a veteran, I'll take that as very, very significant. Okay. I did post on the channel, and it's over on my Facebook page. We will be doing a Divine Feminine Zoom, so that is posted. Everyone is welcome. So if you haven't seen that, head over. It's also on the website, thehawkandI.com. So there is that coming up, and then I'm going to be doing something for a Christmas Zoom, and I'm not quite sure if it's going to be mediumship or if it's going to be a mini workshop that will be coming as well. Okay, I just want to see what Strict 99. He was in American Legion and also a huge advocate. Oh, I love that. I keep seeing his big smile. So there's something big with his with his smile and his jaw. I can just see like this part of him. It's like this beaming of light. Um, there's something with the stars there, Strict 99. I can't move them. There's either stars on a wall or stars on a lamp. There's something there at the stars. They look like those little glow stars. That's so there's something there with the stars, or somebody really resonates with the stars. This did have you taught your kids something about, like, grandpa has a star? Like there's something there with the star, and it's just he won't move it for me. Easy Puff, when's your next animal communication workshop? Probably I might do one late winter, early spring. I'm just waiting for Strict 99 to answer that stars. If not, just remember that I said it, but there's something there with the star because your dad is so stubborn. We have a star mobile. There we go. Oh my gosh, I love that. Oh, so I love that so much. Okay, there we go. He's relentless, Strict 99. He does not back off from me. Yeah, yeah. So, your question, did your dad see your baby? I don't know you at all. So I would not know what's in your baby's room or nursery at all, but he was showing it to me as the star being very significant, as some validation, and that's how I like to work with. So it's the only way I'll work with spirit. They've got to give me stuff that I wouldn't know. They've got to give me that validation that I wouldn't know. All right, you guys, I know there's a few questions that I have not gotten to. Um I do my best every single time. I push my boundary every single time. I'm sorry, but that's my dad. Stubborn. He's stubborn in a very loving way. Like he's stubborn. It's a very loving stubborn. It's like you got to figure this out. You got to figure this out. You got to figure this out. He doesn't back off. I mean, I I love him. I really do love him. He's very supportive though too. He's very very supportive. I'm emotional. Wow. Spirit is so profound, Kayla. So profound. Every single day, and I've been doing this for a long time, and I know I say this often, every single day I pick up my jaw off the floor. It's literally like I do it every day. It's so magical. It's so profound. I never get used to it myself, and I've been channeling for a very long time. As always, because I'm going to be late for work, I'm wishing you love, light, blessings, and have a spirit guided day. Love you guys.